Well, we got some snow. Wasn't too much, honestly. It was about an inch of snow yesterday. It was pretty cold out yesterday. Starting to warm up a little bit today, though. It's supposed to be in the 40s. Tonight, I think it's going to get down to the high 20s, like 30 degrees, somewhere right around in there. And it's probably about the warmest it's going to be for the next week or two. I mean, like middle of the week, I think we got a cold snap in the middle of the night. But I mean, this week looks like it's going to be fairly warm. So I'm going to go ahead and move the baby quail out from the brooder box into the outside hutch here. Hope they're going to do okay. I think I said on last week's video they were 4 weeks old. I was wrong. They were 3 weeks old. They're about 4.5 weeks old now. So they're fully feathered out. They're looking pretty good. I don't see any reason why I need to keep them in the brooder box. It's hard to keep up with cleaning it at this point. And I think they're probably well able to handle the transition to outside in the cold. I mean, it looks pretty bad out here because of all the snow, and the wind's a little chilly, but the temperature outside is really not that bad right now. It's starting to warm up. So I need to make sure this hutch is all set up and ready to go. Looks like I do have, I think the hutch is ready to go. Yeah, it looks good inside. I gotta find a feeder and a water. Do I have one laying around here? So the only thing I'm missing in the hutch right now is just a feeder and a water, and I don't know that I have an extra one anywhere. I'm gonna have to find one. It's quite a few birds, so I don't want to use a little bitty feeder. The water is not as big of a deal. I need to bring water out to these guys over here, my other hutch anyway. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a feeder and a water for them, and then we'll be getting them out here in just a few minutes. Okay, got the first brooder box out here anyway. So let's work on getting these guys into their new home. See how they do. And of course, Max has got to come and check them out. Oh, almost squeezed you in there. When I'm got in the door there, almost got him. Alrighty. One more brooder box to go, then we'll bring you guys in for a look. Well, I forgot to get the camera going before I put the second set of birds in here, but that's okay. You saw me put the first set in. You don't need to see me put 2 sets of birds in the outdoor hutch here. I've had 1 or 2 of them venture out. I can see them in here. You probably can't see them on film, but I'll bring you in close here in a minute. They're kind of eating the snow right at the edge of the opening. One of them's coming out now, or looks like he is. He's not real sure yet. But 1 or 2 of them have come out, found the feeder already, and it's only been a few minutes, so they're doing pretty good. Let me get the camera off here. We'll bring it in close. We'll show you what they look like right now. All right, there you can see it's quite a few birds, 37, 38, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but they look like they're doing fine. I mean, they're not even really shivering or anything. They're not piling up together. They, they haven't really ventured out of the sandbox area right here. Look at that, guys. They want to come outside. But they'll get out there. They'll figure out where the water and the feed is. You might be able to see them back there. I'm not sure where the camera's focusing. Kind of sitting right there at the doorway, just looking out. Eating the snow right there. That's kind of weird. They probably want water, and they haven't figured out that the water is out here yet. But like I said, they'll figure it out. They'll venture out there. They'll get brave. One of them's going to push one of them out here in a minute. Probably whenever I leave and leave them alone and quit pestering them, they'll feel a little bit braver and they'll get out here. Well, like I said, it's still pretty chilly out here. I mean, we did get snow. We are, hang on a second, my dog's going crazy. What's he after? He's just running around looking. Sorry, I got distracted there. Make sure he wasn't after somebody. Not that he's not mean, but I don't want him to go running up to somebody and them thinking he's mean or something like that. He's just looking for attention. But anyway, like I said, it's still pretty chilly. Hey, we got one of them out of the sandbox. Looks like another couple are getting ready to follow. Still pretty chilly out here, but these guys are about 4 weeks old, fully feathered out. You can tell they're pretty well. I mean, they look like full-grown standard-sized birds now. They're actually jumbos, so they got another couple of weeks before they hit full-grown. I got their feeders, their water in here. It's supposed to be above freezing today. I don't know that it's there yet. It's pretty close. I said earlier that I thought it was probably 40 degrees. I don't think it's quite 40 degrees yet. But it's supposed to be above freezing today, so their water should hold out for them all day long. What I'm going to do is give them a couple hours, come out here and check on them, see how they're doing, make sure they still look like they're doing okay. And then we're just going to hope for the best. I think they're going to be just fine. I think we're supposed to get down to 25 or 26 tonight, and that's the coldest for the next couple of days. And then maybe by the middle, about 5 days from now, I think we've got a low expected of like 12 degrees. So that'll be the one that's really cold. We'll see how they do. I think they're going to do just fine, though. I got to thinking about it. My adult birds, you know, they handle the transition from summer to winter just fine, and it's usually pretty abrupt. So I'm pretty sure these guys are going to handle it too. They've been down in the 60s in the house, low 60s, probably down to 60 degrees with no problems whatsoever. That's considerably different than 20 degrees or even 10 degrees, but still, with all their feathers and all, I think they're going to do just fine. So we're going to watch them. I'll come back out in a couple hours. I'll bring the camera out, show them off, see how they're doing at that point. And then we'll make a decision at that point of whether I need to, yeah, they're not used to the wire, so that's the other thing too. They got to get used to walking on wire. Won't take them long, they'll figure it out. Anyway, I'll be back with you in a couple hours. We'll see how they're doing, and then we'll go from there. All right, well, we're coming up on evening. These guys have been outside all day long, out in the new hutch, moved them out. I'm gonna see how they're doing, make sure that I haven't lost any, because it's pretty cold out now. It's definitely below freezing. It's pretty chilly. And I can already tell just walking up on here, I don't know if you guys can see the hutch or not, but there's 5 birds right out here on the wire, you know, the feeder, the water, that kind of thing. I've been watching from the house and I see them coming in and out. They figured out where the food is, they figured out where the water is. They're getting in and out of the closed in portion. So we're gonna go over on the closed in side where most of them are right now, see how they're doing, make sure they're doing okay. All right, here we go. You can see them all, they look fine. I mean, I don't even see any of them really fluffed up. They're just kind of meandering around. They're not all piled up together like they would be normally in a brooder box if it's too cold. They look like they're handling it just fine. Well, I mean, I guess it just goes to show you these guys are incredibly hardy. Now, we haven't made it through the nighttime yet, but you know, just looking at them, even the ones out here, out in the wide open, they don't seem to be having any problem. Looks like they've drank about half the water. I can see it's starting to have ice formed on the top, but they've already busted through that ice. I can see where they've been pecking at it and busting through it. So I'm not going to give them any more water tonight. I think they all got their drink, and it's just going to freeze over anyway. I'll wait until tomorrow and then give them some more water tomorrow. But they look like they're doing fine. So very hardy little birds. You know, again, they're fully feathered out. They're, you know, 4 weeks old, a little over 4.5 weeks old, and it is pretty darn cold. Let me check what the temperature is right now. It feels really cold to me, but then again, it hasn't been all that cold out lately, so it may just be that I am not acclimated to it yet, but I'm betting it's 30 degrees. 27. It's 27 degrees Fahrenheit right now, and these guys made the transition from, you know, 60 degrees to 27 degrees. No problems so far. I'll keep you updated if I have any problems with them. I'll let you know, but I don't anticipate it. I think they're going to be just fine. So hopefully this video was helpful to you. If you live in an area where it gets pretty cold, you're wondering, you know, when can you move your birds outside, out of the brooder box, out to the outdoors? You know, 4.5 weeks old, once they're fully feathered out, 4 to 5 weeks, somewhere right around in there. Assuming you've got them weaned off the heat lamps, they're, you know, they're down to 60 degrees or so and comfortable with that, they're fine. You can go ahead and move them outside, and they're going to do just fine. Now, we haven't seen them go past, you know, like a 10-degree night or anything like that, but you know, we're at 27 degrees right now, so, and they don't even look, it doesn't even look like it's bothering them. I mean, they don't even look, like I said, they're not even fluffed up, they're not piling together like they're cold, or nothing. They're doing just fine. So hopefully it helps you out a little bit. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, God bless.